We are live. All right, I'm doing something new this morning, so everybody got to be a little patient. I will make this easier and easier, but what I've done is I'm now able to go live. But what I've done. Wow, okay, we are not doing that today. It started playing back. All right. See, that's why we do these things. Okay, but I am on Facebook, so that's where I need to be. Good morning, Carrie. Good to see you. All right, I will get that handled later. So, um, so I made some announcements, and I wanted to kind of review them real quick because I think I confused some people. Because there's a lot going on, and the way that it works is different for each thing. My live is not like the podcast; it's done differently. This I don't really do anything. Facebook kind of does everything. But starting Monday at 9, okay, I know I did the poll and most people voted for 10. I know, I'm sorry, guys. But I do a lot of podcasting at 10 o'clock. So I got to do it at 9. I can't do it at 8 because look what time it is now and I got up early. Okay. So I think 9's a good time. Now, it isn't just going to be on YouTube. It's still going to be Facebook, but it's going to be Facebook and YouTube. Maybe. I don't know if I got to figure that out. So that is what's going on. All right. So you're not going to see any changes, guys. Well, you are. There's going to be some changes. The background's going to change. I'm doing an upgrade. I had somebody working on a logo. Gosh, I'm sorry, guys. Oh, I must be allergic to talking something. So that's what's going on. All right. A lot of podcasting coming on. I have Rob Lohman coming on today, and I'm very, very nervous. So even though, yeah, I know him and he's on the same level with me, but he's kind of a step up from what I do. So I'm excited about that. A lot of good stuff happened. As you guys know, I've also been working on classes. I kind of wanted to share this. Morning, Shane. If you guys haven't met Shane, Shane's my producer. Fantastic kid, man. And I'm sorry, Shane, but you're still kind of a kid to me. He's a good friend of mine. Matt Smith is a good friend of mine. This is his son. Does a great job for us, guys. So say hi to Shane. He's getting ready to go work. He has one of his regular jobs. So, but I've been doing these classes, and I think I kind of been sharing it with some people, right? I got excited about one person, sent it to him. Now they're not replying. I think they may have stolen it, right? Okay, before anybody gets upset, I'm gonna let you know something. It's of no use. That's what's funny. But I actually, if that's what happened, I actually take it as a compliment. Means I'm doing something correctly. But the thing is, it's just reminders to tell me what to talk about. Everything else is up here. So unless you're going to pull all that information out, that piece of information is moot. So, when you look at things, it's kind of a good example. When we look at things, how are we looking at them? What are our intentions? Because a lot of times when we're trying to lie, cheat, and steal, we're not going to get everything that we need because we can't be honest about something, right? Right. So that kind of ties in a little bit with what I wanted. I've been seeing a lot of, and then we're going to get right into this because there's a lot of talking with this one. I treat people however they treat me. Okay. Don't do that. Okay. It's a lot of effort for nothing, guys. I'm going to tell you that right now. But sometimes we might get to a place where we're like, man, I feel like I should be doing a little bit more. And you start pushing your luck. Okay. That's why every single one of these steps has something, has humility in it. Good morning, Chris. It's good to see you. That's why all these steps have humility in them. But let's get to it. Yeah, I've been seeing that, and it's stuck in my mind for some reason. And you know, we don't treat other people how they're treating us. We treat other people how we want to be treated. Yesterday we were talking about the ninth step. We are still talking about the ninth step. Okay. Yes, there is a long period of reconstruction. I don't even know why I like doing these one-liners. I already read a good portion of what they're talking about yesterday. So I had stopped right before the ninth step promises, but I'm going to go back a paragraph. And then I'm going to read a little bit on the 10th step because I think it ties in a little bit. There may be some wrongs we can never fully right. We don't worry about them if we could honestly say to ourselves that we could right them if we could. Some people cannot be seen, and we send them an honest letter. So there are different types. Okay, we're talking about the ninth step. So we're doing amends right now. And the first amends that I was taught was a living amends. Not quite awake yet. I'm glad I remembered that. Is a living amends. That means that I just be the best person that I can every single day. And that's an amends. Okay. And after a while, you start doing things will happen. Okay. Then there's amends we need to go out and seek. Okay. These are usually the pretty heavy amends. And you'll go over this with your sponsor. Okay. Just letting you know the different types. Okay. Then there's the amends where you need to go sit down. Okay. Now maybe, and I'm going to use, my mom because I like utilizing my mom. She's awesome. So, yes, I have a living amends with my mom, and she realizes that. She knows that she's in the program. But every now and again, something comes to my mind. Like when my daughter outed me, or I became the bad guy kind of a situation, right? I had my fingers in there, but so like that. And I sent an apology to my mom saying, I'm sorry I did that to you. Okay. We also sit down, I sat down with my sister, had coffee. Sis, I'm trying to become a better person. I know I wasn't the best person, but I am making those changes today. Okay. Here's the problem. We can't be stuck on the ninth step. Okay. It would take forever. It would. I have all sorts of people on my ninth step. I'm not done with my ninth step. Okay. The trick is it tells you in here, we're going to read it here in a second. It tells you in here when to stop. But I think it's best that we know the different types of amends first. Okay. There may be a valid reason for postponement in some cases, but we do not delay if it can be avoided. We should be sensible, tactful, considerate, and humble without being survival scraping. As God's people, we stand on our own 2 feet. We don't crawl before anyone. Okay. I had to write a letter to my biological father. And I, to this day, have still not met the man, and it won't happen. He died last November. And when I wrote that letter, because I had his number, I had his address, I had everything I needed. Okay. I worked fraud for years. I can find somebody if I need to. It's not as hard as you think. Right. But I wanted to let people are like, well, why did you have an amends? Do you know how much shit I talked about that man during my life? A lot. Okay. I owed an amends, period. It's part of the program. You know what? This is the way I see it. Whether I owed an amends or not, I'm doing it. Okay. Whether I think I owe an amends or not, I'm doing it. Okay. It doesn't matter to me. Okay. Because I'm at a point where I stand on my own 2 feet. Okay. All right. So if we are painting, and we love talking about the promises, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna beat you up a little bit on this one. If we're painstaking about this phase of our development, you must be painstaking. Okay. You have to be. But here's the cool thing. Okay. And I talk about this. Okay, Chris, it was good seeing you, brother. Um, sorry that kind of threw me off. Chris kind of just I don't know why. Okay, so if we are painstaking about this phase of our development, okay, that means we need to work hard at it. Okay. Pain. It's gonna hurt. That's what that means. Painstaking means it will hurt. I'm sorry, but if we don't feel that, then we can never be sensible, tactful, and considerate and humble. We can't. Okay. We will be amazed before we are halfway through. We are going to know a new freedom and new happiness. We will not regret the past, nor wish to shut the door on it. Okay. Talking about the steps here, guys. We will comprehend the word serenity. We will know peace. No matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. Okay, that train of thought has kind of changed. Okay, so I let people know that even if you didn't go very far down, your experience can help others. It can, because there are other people like you. That feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. We will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. Fear of economic insecurity will leave us. We will intuitively know how to handle situations which used to baffle us. We will suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could do for ourselves. Are these extravagant promises? We think not. Okay, they are being fulfilled among us, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. They will always materialize if we work for them. Yeah. So what's that? What does that mean? That means that we need to work. We're going to be putting in some work. These are action steps. Okay. We get off easy on 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7, 8. Okay. But these detrimental, well, all the steps are detrimental. But okay. So I'm gonna read a part of step 10 because I feel like it's going at, we're kind of making that transition right now. There it is. Key action. And it can always be about action. When something good happens to me that God has given me, I double down. Thank you, God. Go help someone else. Experience is important if you're honest about them. Absolutely. And it doesn't matter where you've been, whether you went through the deepest, worst crap in the world, or you never even hit a detox. Doesn't matter. None of that matters. Okay. We're still gonna love you and accept you for who you are because we all lost one thing, and it's the only thing that fucking matters to me. Ourselves. What else do you need to lose? Nothing. There's no requirements. Okay, let's get to this because we're a minute to the 15-minute mark and I haven't even gotten to the book. So I'm just going to skip a paragraph. And we have ceased fighting anyone or fighting anything or anyone, even alcohol. For by this time, sanity will have returned. We seldom will be interested in liquor. This is the recovered portion. Cool, Shane. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for your ideas, brother. I love some of them. I'll let you know. If tempted, we recoil from it as from a hot flame. We react sanely and normally. We will find that this has happened automatically. We will see that our new attitude toward liquor has been given us without any effort on our part. It just comes. Okay. I would love reading this, but I will get into a lot of stuff. But I want to use an example of a story. When I had my 12 years, at one point, I worked at Lookout Mountain School for boys. And I got to know a lot of the people working there, and we would go dancing and things like that. Yeah, I hung out at the bars, things like that. I was having fun. I was a kid. I was still in my 20s. I had no desire to drink at all. I was there to dance and look at the cute girls. Okay? That's what I was there for. So one day I'm dancing, or one night I'm dancing. My friend, he's like, "Hey, you want some drink?" And he goes to a bar, comes back, gives my drink. I drink, and it's a Jack and Coke. Sprayed all over the ground. Guy didn't even know I drank. Didn't drink. He didn't know I was a recovering alcoholic. I've been hanging out with him for 2 years. Right? I don't, and honestly, I didn't go out of the way to not tell him or anything. I mean, we literally spent tons of time together. Wasn't quite 2 years. So I suck with time. You guys know that. My point is we get to a point where we walk around and nobody even knows anymore. That's my point on that. The reconstruction of my life is the prime goal in my recovery as I avoid taking that first drink one day at a time. But isn't it cool that if we're painstaking about it, we will be amazed before we're halfway through? Okay. Now, is that halfway through ninth step, or is that halfway through the steps? For me, it was halfway through the steps. Not everybody. I'm not going to argue about it because that's what happened to me. The task is most successfully accomplished by working the steps of our fellowship. The spiritual life is not a theory, it works, but I have to live it. Step 2 started me on the journey to develop a spiritual life. Step 9 allows me to move in the final phase of the initial steps, which taught me how to live a spiritual life. Boop. This is what I call the Karate Kid moment. Okay? And I just got done watching Cobra Kai. Awesome. Oh my God, it's so good. It's hilarious. So, we have been teaching you critical thinking since step 1. We have been teaching you how to let go and let God. We have been teaching you patience. We've been teaching you kindness. We've been teaching you how to be honest, open-minded, and willing. And now you're getting to the 9th step, and you're starting to utilize skills you didn't realize that you have. You're waxing on, you're waxing off. And that's when the epiphanies start. Holy crap, this is actually working now. This is happening. Okay, you go, you're so unhappy. Oh, yeah, okay. Wax on, motherfucker. Ow! Right? Right. Without guidance and strength of a higher power, it would be impossible to proceed through the various stages of reconstruction. Absolutely. Thank you, God. I realize that God works for me and through other people. Okay. But letting him work through you is really, really tough. It's a hard place to get to. And it takes time. So give yourself that time. Nothing's going to happen in between. You ain't going to miss out on nothing. I realize that God works through. Proof comes to me when I realize that God did for me what I could not do for myself by removing the gnawing compulsion to drink. So when that gets removed, you have so much more free time. You do. So be careful. Get to a meeting. If that's happening, you should be involved in fellowship, things like that. And not service work is what I meant. I must continue daily to seek God's guidance. He grants me a daily reprieve, and I will provide the power I need for reconstruction. So, yesterday was yesterday. It's gone, okay? And the guidance that God was giving me that day, I have obtained and taken in and taken that in as experience, okay? So that today I can apply that experience and learn new things. It's always about reconstruction. Sometimes it might get too hard. So I want you to remember back. I want you to think back about how much effort you put into getting that drink, into getting that drug. And then remember that you have the power to do it. Okay? All right. I'm one of those people where if I did it, you can. And I really mean that. I know I don't look like that today. I don't really have any pictures of me when I was that way. I wouldn't let people take them. No. No. The vain Virgo in me. No way. All right, guys. That's going to be it. Thank you for listening the extra 5 minutes. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for everything. For everything. Yeah. I could sit here on every person on this list and thank you for something in particular that you brought into my life. Yeah. It's cool shit. All right. I will be back tomorrow for a daily reflection. Remember, Monday it starts at 9. And hopefully by then it's not a playback on YouTube while I'm recording. I think I got to mute. Who knows? I don't know. If you know what I'm doing wrong, please let me know. All right. Thank you guys. I love you all. Peace out and have a day. Bye, guys. I love you.